Hi, my name is Ariana Armant 205, and I'll be interviewing a financial manager here at UL, and she's just going to introduce herself a little bit.
I am Gina Nevels. I am in control of most of the purchasing that goes on for the kinesiology department or School of Kinesiology at UL Lafayette.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions about, budgeting and financial things. Who is responsible for the budgeting process, and what policies are associated with the budget decision making within the organization?
In the School of Kinesiology, our director, Dave Bellar, is technically in control of the overall decisions. What we do with our budgets, basically I'm an extension of him when we're going through the purchasing process. We have different ways of purchasing things. The smaller valued items we purchase on the cart cards is a state tax exempt card that we do for any general purposes for purchasing. Once you jump up to when you exceed the amount that you can charge on the card, say $5,000, you have to use a purchase requisition. It has to be approved through the purchasing department at UL. Once you get higher into that, if you want to purchase something, say for a human performance lab, you have to use that same purchase rec and a sole purpose form. That's up in like the $25,000 range. So each amount kind of brings you up to a different level of approvals that you have to get in order to purchase those items.
Okay, so is it like different accounts for each items, or everything have like, you have just a particular account, or you use like, what do you?
Okay, so when purchasing for the cart card, for example, this card, you use it just like a regular credit card, but once you go and you get that statement in at the end of the month, you can associate any type of account with that specific charge. There's R accounts, so there's restricted accounts, and then there's G accounts, and then there's departmental accounts. Those are all, they come from different types of grants or just university budgets.
Okay. How then is the budget revised, and what type of input does the budget manager collect from the department heads or coaches within the organization?
Okay. So for our accounts, for example, in a laboratory setting, professors or whoever the researcher is writes these grants that get approved, which is separate money from any other account. The R account is a restricted account that basically you use all that money in the account until it runs out and the project is complete. Then you have departmental accounts that basically you have an allotted amount of money from the university or from the state, and once the end of the fiscal year comes, they kind of reassess that account, and so that would be annually for those types of accounts.
Oh, okay, so the budget's not really revised. You just use the money that's in the account, and once that money is gone for that particular project.
Those are for the restricted accounts,
okay.
So that would be like a research project. When you're looking at the departmental accounts, those are revised annually, and that's kind of far above us by the university. So basically, in a departmental account, at the end of the year, you technically want that to be emptied out on purpose, you could say, so that the university doesn't turn around and see that you have a huge chunk left in your account, and then they assume that
they don't think that you don't
need that much money.
So you get so I know you said your department head was Dr. Bellar. So like how do he put his input about this budget, that the part that you do? You just have to get it approved by him, or he don't tell you like what could you buy and what you can't buy within?
So basically the requests to buy items can come from any of the researchers, any of the professors, him himself, or general like consumable supplies that are always used in the lab that I just make sure on a weekly basis are in stock. So any of those purchases, I approve through him first before charging.
Okay, and do all employees have access to this budget information, or is it something that you just do and just show to him?
The actual budget, the physical number, I don't have direct access to. I have to go through Dr. Bellar, which is why he does the approval, because he knows how much is there. Then in some of the restricted accounts, the researcher themselves, so some of the professors, they will have access to it because it was a grant that they had written and something that they're utilizing for their personal projects.
All right. And why do you think other people don't have, like, other people in the department? If it's not like how you have to go through him to get the budget information. Like, why do you think it's not just accessible to you? You think it should be? Or you think it's fine how it is? Like,
I think it's okay how it is. Maybe accessible to me would be helpful, so we could maybe save him some time. Some of the obvious answers I could just come upon myself. But as far as opening up to everyone, I wouldn't personally think is a good idea, just because everybody might have a different idea of what's best to do with the money and might be unaware of other things that have to be taken care of.
Right.
So just might create problems that way.
And you kind of answered the next question already. You said that the budget was the figures are being fixed like year to year, like annually. Okay. And my next question is, what are three most important facets associated with the budget process?
Three important things. First, I think it's grants are very helpful because that's outside money that we don't have to come up with ourselves.
Right.
Basically, finding another way to help our school by bringing in a different source of money for us to use. Tracking the inventory that we currently have, so we know what we need, we can anticipate what we're going to need, and we also don't duplicate things that we already have or just let things go missing. And third, maybe just prioritizing purchases among the department.
All right. And you already answered the next question. It was who in the organization must be accountable for the budgeting process. So you say it's Dr. Bellar, since you have to get it approved, through him. So if anything happens, he already approved it or denied whatever, so he'll be responsible for anything, right?
Overall, it will all kind of all fall back on him, which is why it's pretty important that he makes a decision about it if he's going to feel the effects of any negative consequences.
And my last question is, what technology application is used, software or anything that you use to do your particular part of the budget?
Let's see. Mostly what I do right now is by hand paperwork. We're transferring into a system that's called Banner. That's still very, very fresh. But in this system, it'll be university-wide, and any vendors that we use, we can automatically basically put their information in, and everything will be able to be completed paperless. So it's very fresh right now, but it's called Banner, and that's what we're supposed to be utilizing soon.
Oh, okay. All right, and that's all the questions I had. Thank you.
All right, thanks.